Hey boys, how are you today? Just doing fantastic, good and you? Not so bad. Well, that's really good. So we are just stacking some bales today. We're gonna haul wheat, but they won't let us haul till maybe next week. So I was gonna start drying some, but I guess they don't want it right now. So just trying to clean up some shit here. As you can see, the snow is starting to blow in on them. And some of them drifts are just about as high as a bale, so that's all we're doing. I've been doing this, I don't know, for the last half hour, 40 minutes, I guess. And I thought, shit, I guess I'll make a video. So yeah, we're I don't know how many bales are there. Must be a couple hundred or something like that. We got to get up, and then the barley here, barley straw. They're starting to blow them pretty good too. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I might just stack them pyramid stack. I don't know. Maybe not. They're quite covered in snow. So whatever. We'll get some snow knocked off. It's supposed to be nice and warm here this week. So I guess that's what we'll do. But I got a few here anyways done. I cleaned out where the dryer is. There was a bunch of snow piled up around the old dryer. I thought instead of melting it, I would just scoop it out of there. So there was one of the hoses, or not one of the hoses, but the hose that feeds the dryer, the propane, was buried under snow, so I didn't want to really rip that off too badly. So I shoveled all that shit out over there, and then had the neighbor's trailer was parked here, so I cleaned all that out first and put the trailer over there. And then I cleaned all that out behind me. And like I say, now snow's probably, I don't know, probably 4 feet over there. So I'm just gonna take all my alfalfa and grass bales with the hardcore, or the case baler what it made, they're bigger. And some of the other ones like these have got a bit of foxtail in them, so I'm gonna stack them aside. And that way I can run them through the processor, feed them that way. On usually pick the windier days and it blows all that shit out, so that works pretty good. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna keep on stacking all these, I guess, and sorting them out. Whatever ones are shitty, they go on the side. Whatever ones are good, then they get put in the stack. So like as you can see, there's some fair bit of snow on there actually, so sometimes if you do that it'll knock them off. But anyways, whatever, good enough. So that's what we're doing for today. So I'll bring you back in a bit. I'm gonna go have a bite to eat here pretty quick. It's already dinner time, I guess, so that's what we'll keep doing. But anyway, I'll see you in a bit then, guys. Okay, good enough. Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna tell you something here, whether you want to hear it or not. In case you're wondering why these frickin' bales are all different sizes. The big 6 foots, actually they're all made by the 8465, like South Sass farmers there, but I made these big ones like that, and then my clutch fucking blew up, remember? I guess you don't remember because that was before I started YouTube. So that's why they're higher and shorter and fatter and whatever. So like that big one up there, I made, those are all 6 foot, and then these other ones I made 5s. That one there, I don't know what happened, but anyways, when I was making the big bales like that, I get about 5 feet, 5.5 feet, and the freaking clutch would slip. So that's why I made them that. And then by the time I got parts, I had to wait 2 weeks for parts to come from the States. And well, I didn't want to stop baling because I had a bunch cut and ready to go. So anyway, that's why they're like that. And these ones there, that was all just because they were so heavy. And then the net wrap was made from the neighbor. So anyways, I guess it's lunchtime, so gonna go have a bite to eat. Yeah, I forgot about the size of the bales, or I was gonna tell you about that, and then I forgot about it. So What else can I tell you? Oh, I got, in case you're wondering, I got the baler fixed last year. We're pretty well done baling. The parts came when we were baling straw pretty well, so I ended up making a whole bunch of bales out of the little chain baler. That's why those little barley bales are so small. So anyway, I guess time for lunch. So like I said, they're all made by the, well, I shouldn't say all of them, but most of them are made with the big hardcore baler, but I couldn't make them all big size because the clutch would slip. So now it's new and it's ready to go again for next year, I hope. If not, I'll be fucking getting a different baler. That's all there is to it. So anyway, time for lunch. We'll see you later. Well, boys, we're getting there. It fucking snows deep and hard. I couldn't believe how hard this shit is. It's all from the wind. Like, look out here. That's the field, that's dirt, but then where the bales were just like a freaking big windbreak. So all we're doing is just picking a bale, go and stack it. Oh, get over there, old girl, come on. There we go. So anyway, it's not so bad. But look at the snow on the bales, eh? So Maggie's out helping. That's good. But we got quite a few stacked already. I'm on my second row here now. Get off there. I'll just fucking do this. There. That'll work. Now we'll flip it back over. There we go. No snow on it. So that's real good. But yeah, so we got those canary straw bales. Those are from about 3 years ago. So the cows really like them. Trick for feeding that stuff is you gotta let it rot in a bale for like, well, usually at least about 2 years. I mean, if they're if your cows are really hungry, they'll eat it after one. And usually what we'll do is we'll feed alfalfa or a green feed or a grass bale, and then we'll feed canary straw, and that's pretty much just filler. But I have heard of guys that feed just straight like canary straw like that, but they had compacting issues with their cows. But I don't know, some guys will feed silage and straw. Either way, it doesn't much matter. So, but we got lots of hays this year, so we don't have to feed too much of that stuff. But it's always nice to have carryover either way. No matter what kind of bale it is, they'll fucking eat it if they get hungry. So next year we're hoping to I want to try some silage bales and just rent a wrapper. So what I'd like to do, it's too much money getting into that chopping stuff, and then you gotta either that or you hire it out, and then you gotta get you know, you gotta pack it, put a bag on it or whatever. But and then another expense getting somebody like that. So I think what I might just do is cut some and try and just make maybe 5x5 bales or something with my baler. If it's gonna work, I'm gonna try it anyways. See if it's, the old girl is strong enough to make a big bale like that with the new clutch on there. So, and then I'll do, like I said, I'll just wrap them and try that way. A lot of the bigger guys that feed cows, like purebred guys that we are friends with or whatever, a lot of them feed silage, either in a bale or like a pit or a bag or whatever. So, and they always have good gains on their cows, so we figured we might as well try that too, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. But I think the best way to do is if a guy could get net wrap. I don't know, I've been talking to old Mr. Northern Farmer there, Iced Tea, about it, and he said fuck it, net wrap's really good, he likes it. Well, I got those ones that our neighbor made for us there, well, on crop share. We ended up cutting a bunch, and I think we did, what, 80 acres, I think, or something like that. And then we just did a share on it, but fuck, it's pretty good, that stuff. It doesn't seem to freeze on as bad as twine. You know, you just cut one spot and peel it off, and I mean, a little bit of the bale sticks to the mesh and whatnot, but other than that, it's been pretty good. So, but anyway, enough babbling. I'll keep on working here, try and get the stacking done. So I guess we'll see you in a few then. Bye for now. Here's my joystick. Kind of like Nick's. Kind of neat. Anyway, talk to you later. Oh, they were just stacking bales. It's getting real foggy out here now. I don't know. I'm running out of room in my bale stack though, so that's a good thing. And we'd also been feeding for a few months already, so. But look at the snow in here, how deep that is. Thank God for front wheel assist, eh? So I got probably room for about 4 more bales on the, what is that, the east side there yet, and then I got to switch and put a few on the west side maybe, I guess, because she's getting quite full in the back there. I'll show you when I take the next bale over. So this one here is foxtail kosher kind of shit, so that one can get chopped up in the processor. But there's, what have I got left there? About 2, 4, 6, 7, about 8 bales left. I gotta stick up somewhere, so I got room for probably, I think, maybe 3, 4 on the back here yet, and I'll put the other ones in the front. So anyway, I will get back to you here. Look at all these. Look how foggy it is. Alrighty, guys. How's she going today? Oh, not so bad. Good and you. Fucking really good. The other night there when I was videoing, my battery died. As you can see, that little clip got a little short, so anyways, we got all these bales stacked here now. So that'll last us a few days. Quite a few here now. All these ones over here are got a bit of foxtail in them, so that's why they're over here. I'm gonna, even if there isn't a whole lot in there, they're gonna get fucking ground up anyways, because I hate that shit that gets in the eyes and abscesses and whatever. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Here's the back side. We got, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6 rows, I guess. Oh, that was just a stack. Anyway, so I had enough room there. I didn't have to make another row out somewhere else. Good. Good, good, good. What are you doing, good? How's the grain today, Kirby? There you go, you guys. There's the damn goats. So, what are we gonna do today? Well, we got a few things to do, I guess. Actually what I did is I ordered yesterday, I ordered a set of brushes for the alternator on the 1070. I'm not sure if you remember or not, but a few episodes back on old Wreck-It Ranch there, I tried rebuilding it, which made it work for, I don't know, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I guess, a month, something like that. Anyway, it quit working again. Remember I had trouble here the other day with it charging. It was only doing like 12.5 volts. So pretty much tells me that one set of brushes was only touching, wasn't touching with 2. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Last time I checked when it was working good, it was like at 13.6 or 13.8 or something like that. Sometimes it go to 14.2, but anyway, we got, instead of pissing around, I thought, well, you know what, brushes are gonna be like 20 bucks or something, so that's what we picked up today from H&L in town. It's all in there. So we're gonna try to rebuild the alternator, and this time I'm gonna show you guys, because I actually had quite a few requests here from the last video of no, you should have shown that, how to rebuild the alternator. So that's what we'll do, I guess. So we'll see you in a bit here when I get it off and get in the shop. Okay, guys, we got her off. The bearings and that are all still good in it. It's like I said, it's just the brushes, so that's what we're gonna change. And actually the bottom where the plug is, that's where your brush is actually hooked to. So first what you do is you gotta start, and we'll take off this pulley. Oh, charging. So that's what I'll do. I'll get that off, and I'll bring you back then in a minute here. Alright, so I zing-zang that off. So actually, if you can tell, if you have trouble getting that fucking nut off, there is a Allen wrench thing inside the shaft here, and you can, I don't know, you can get a wrench in there, I guess, if you had to. So now what we'll do is we'll grab a 5/16 and we'll zing-zang these out, and then we can split the alternator. So I'll go grab those now, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, guys, if you don't remember from last time, all these longer screws here go in here, and so before you split the alternator, though, you should either take a chisel or a grinder, or I use a grinder with a zip cut, and put a mark. Then I know which way it goes, and I don't have to worry about trying to line the wires up where they're supposed to be with the positive wire and all that fun stuff. So this is a Delco Remy alternator. There it is, you can see it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna split this son of a bitch. So I'll get her split here, and show you in a minute. Maybe I can do it while you're here. No, I can't. So anyway, I'll show you in a bit here when I get her split. Okay, if your alternator is the same as this, you have to watch when you take the top cover off where the bearing is inside of here. There's a spacer, so you can't over tighten your pulley onto the shaft. So once you get that off, then you can take out this deal like that, and that's where your brushes ride. So you see how dirty that is. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take a emery cloth and buff that up a little bit, and hopefully this is still gonna work. So I guess that will be next. Let's just see here. So now you're in the guts of this old girl. So this piece right here, you see the brush hanging out? There's actually both of them are hanging out. So that's what part is shot on here. So we're gonna have to take this all apart and then get her together. So I'll show you in a minute. All right, so actually hang on a second. I'm gonna put my light on. Now we can see. So here's where the brushes are held on. So there's 3 screws. There's one in here, one in there, and one in there. I've already got one out, and this one here is loose. Maybe it's not out though, so I guess I'm gonna take this out of here. Something like that. And then pull this screw out here. And that's going to be really good. Okay. Now that piece there, you got to remember, that crosses over from here to here. So now what I do, instead of taking all this apart, I'll just bend this up. Like that. That way you can get that out of the way. So now there's one set of brush, or your set of brushes. and then the bottom piece. So I gotta check and see what we got for a new part. I think it's just that top piece, so yeah, it is, so that's good. So now let's hang out there for a minute. And then I'll show you this new one, which should all be the same. Alright, so it's the same tang. Exact same tang, Cherry. Got a good one. Now, you have to watch, guys. There's a pin in here. Okay? Don't pull that pin out or your fucking brushes will come zinging out at you. Okay? So let's get this set in there. And I'll show you in a second here. There we go. So now this piece, see that hole right there? That's where the wire drops onto. So these will line up. See that wire? You got to drop that down inside of there. And there we go. Now we can put it back together. So that wire has to be in there to hold your brushes, or when you try to put the inside of this back down inside there, the brushes will all pop out. So you don't want that. So anyways, here's the old girl. But like I said, this one's all homemade because it, well, for one, this wire bust off, and then I soldered it back onto the brush. So that didn't work so good. But anyway, so here's a new one. So now, this back bolt here was on a bolt by itself. So we'll just put that on there and get her started. We won't zing her down too hard yet, but there. Okay, now it's snug. Now, remember this piece here has to get put back down there, so that makes your contact there. Now this thing here jumps across, okay? Just like that. If you can see it, there we go. So then we'll start this screw here, and then we'll put the other one in there. So I'm gonna need two hands to get this shit started here. So I'll show you when I get it put back in here. But how's she look, Billy? Real good or what? Fuck, you're a nuisance. So anyway, everything's ready to go back together. So there you go. That little cross piece there, all the bolts are in. So like I said, you got to make sure that this pin, there's a little wire pin that holds the brushes in. You got to make sure that's in there when you go to put your, see there it is sticking out the back. So you got to make sure that's in there when you go to put your rotor back in. So, come on, get out of the way, fucking jerk. Come on. Goddamn cats anyways. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll stick this in the vise a little bit, and we'll try and buff up these where the brushes make contact. It's a bit wore, but not bad yet. So I'll get some emery cloth and we'll zing these up. So I'll bring you back in a bit again. Okay guys, so we got her stuck in the vise, and all I'm doing is taking the emery cloth and just shining the brass up a little bit, or copper I guess it is, whatever this shit is. And just make sure that the brushes have a good connection on here, and when you throw your alternator back together, you should have no trouble. I say that now, but hopefully it'll work. So I guess these are all clean. They were dirty last time I took it apart, but like I said, I never put too many miles on it. So now what we'll do is I'll show you. So when you put this back in here, your brushes actually line up on these. So the top brush, bottom brush. Okay? There. Look at that. There we go. Now we're going to put this on. We gotta look for our marks. Where's our marks? Come on, Marcus. There we go. There it is. There we go, boys. Okay, now, right there, if you see the marks, right fucking there. Pretty close, I think, to be pretty well bang on. Now these little guys going here. Oh no, wrong way. I think what I'll do is we'll tip this sideways like that, and then these all go into here like so. Let's give her a little zing zang with one. There, that one started. There we go. Okay, now we'll go start one in here. Right here. There we go. There we go. Let's see if I can spin her over real quick. Right there. There we go. And this guy. There we go. And same with this one on here. There. So, now what I'll do is I'll just keep flipping it around, make sure they're all sucked in tight. They don't need to be real tight. Actually, anything on these alternators don't need to be super tight. There we go. Just until they hit the end, and good enough. That one's got a little bit of gap there, so we'll zing him in. That. Give her one more here. There we go. Check this guy here. Good. Okay, so those are all in now. Okay. Now it's not going to spin because it's hitting that pin. Do you see that pin move? Okay, so now we can do. Now that everything's together, guys, now we can pull this pin out. This is your last step. There's one brush, two brush, there. And there's your pin. Those are the pins that hold the brushes in. So now, you can hear it. Okay, so that should be good. I'm gonna find my charging cord because my phone is trying to die here again. Damn thing. Always being dead. So anyways, I'll shut you off here for now and I'll get this pulley back on. Okay guys, well, there is, oh, my light's off, okay, good. There's a rebuild of a delco alternator. Not much to it. I gotta put you up here because my phone's dying. I got it plugged in. So anyway, the brushes are hitting. It's like they're supposed to be. Everything's lined up. Now all the wires and everything should line up on here. Some of these older tractors actually had a plug. This one just has two wires that plug into it, but there they are right there. So there's only two wires and then the positive wire in the back that goes to the battery. Battery. So I guess she's ready to throw on. So I mean, there's other times too when you take these apart. Could be your voltage regulator, could be whatever inside. But I would say 9 times out of 10 it's probably your brushes not making contact. To be honest with you, I've never changed voltage regulator inside the one. It's always been to do with the brushes. So, but anyway, that might save you guys a few bucks. Like I said, new alternator was $100 and a half or something like that, and I think brushes were at about 20 bucks. So if she works, it's gonna save us a few bucks, so that'll be good. But anyway, guys, what I was saying, when my phone died, that this is just your typical delco alternator. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, and maybe that's all it'll be on yours. Maybe it's just brushes or something. So hopefully this will work. I guess you'll have to stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll figure it out, and I'll show you if it's charging or not. So anyway, take care, and don't forget to rate and subscribe and leave a comment. Gift it the thumbs up. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Hey boys, we got a little test of a brand new phone here. It's kind of blurry though too, like even the, not blurry, but when you go to move it's kind of kind of thing. So I don't know, see how she goes.